time is now. All right.
Hey, you. You know what? If I had a bet, I would have thought you wouldn't have been here.
I was hoping someone would come.
It's a good thing I'm not a gambling woman. So this will be pretty short.
All right, the time is now 5:04, and this special city council meeting is now being brought to order. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin? Present. Ms. Lewis?
Present.
Mr. Murphy is not in. Ms. Priestley? Present. Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett is not in. You have 6 members present.
We have 6 members present, so now it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Pfeiffer, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I definitely can. So now it's time for the prayer or blessing. But before we do so, we would like to honor anyone that have transitioned. Do we have anyone that would like to honor anyone that have transitioned?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Mitchell.
Dr. Richard Green White, the man of the crop, passed away this month, and anyway, he's gone. And Mother Rivers of the Church of God in Christ.
All right. Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
I would like to have a moment of silence for the mother of Mr. Michael Doan, Patricia Cobb, who lost her life.
All right, anyone else? So seeing none, we will have a moment of silence starting now. All right. So now we will have a prayer or blessing. Ms. Priestley, could you please lead us in the prayer or blessing?
Heavenly Father, we just thank you for this beautiful day, and we thank you for the opportunity to meet. Lord, just be with us as we go about the rest of our days, and please, Lord, just watch over our city, protect the residents, and hold them in your hands. Amen.
Amen. The reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given 1 warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from meetings. So now it's time for public comment. First speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is Ariel Mitchell.
Hello, City Hall. I'm Ariel Mitchell. I live at 759 East Linden Avenue, over there by the graveyard, Grace Cemetery. Anyway, I want to to the President Lewis about her leadership to the peoples of Flint. When Dr. Lewis, when you addressing us, as like you addressed the oldest man in here, the late Mays, when he opened up Hassel Center, and he was, after he opened it up, you treated like he the oldest one, but Mays, one day he asked me, how old are you? I told him, he couldn't believe it. I was older than he was. They said, what come you didn't run for my seat? I said, I get a kick out of watching how they do old timers. And Dr. Lewis, you supposed to be YPWW. I learned that in the Church of God in Christ. It's a young people's willing workers. You two willing to, but me and May supposed to have kicked this city hall over to the side and went for the President of the United States, but we got stuck up with you. So when somebody push your button, Miss Lewis, like they be messing with the computers and blaming on the Russians, just move the button for nobody and still run because you're a willing worker and you turn a school into a church. And is you gonna make that a hassle center too? The whole hassle come up here the other day and we ain't got nothing straight since. Every time we try to get stuff straight, you be hacking with the computers, you and the mayor downstairs, the penguin, and all that. You remind me of that penguin. You know what? In First Ward, you're doing a good job so far because you and the mayor messing with the computers and trying to blame it on the Russian and all that. But we the people still want our money, Miss Lewis. So like I say, move the button, your button, where nobody can know how to push your button, and you making laws as we go. And the Vina, Johnny, oh my God, she give me that look. I can't hardly say nothing. She remind me of the Miss Priestley, the woman used to have Miss Priestley chair. She just look at me, I don't know how she do it. She do some kind of grin, I can't hardly get my words out. What her name? Because the woman with the money bag, and you be pushing the man out the way like the Miss Harris out in the president. The White House become the black house, but the black woman is taking over the black man, and the black man can't say, and anyway, they treated me like Mays last night, took her to its millennium, that's my time.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Stay tuned, America.
So next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Rich Jones.
Good evening. I'm going to try to make a couple of quick, true statements. First one is, yes, people come up to this podium and piss you off, and then their negativity gets most of your 2 minutes, which I think is a shame. Yes, me and Ms. Claire, we represented and still do stand up for and speak out for the people of Flint. And many residents have conversated with us and agree with the statements that we have made. And it's a shame y'all ignored me, plus Eric Mays showed y'all with those request forms. Y'all know the ones Quincy went on the news about, plus 700 and something residents filled out. I got a couple questions for y'all. Now, number one is, if there was a resolution brought up before you to give the residents $16 million of the Harper funds to fix their homes and porches and stuff, would you vote yes on it? Because, like I said before, when we come up here, we don't just represent the person that is on the microphone. There's plenty of people that we have ran across that have those same views. And remember, y'all were elected to serve the people. Y'all was not elected to dictate. Thank you very much.
All right, next public speaker.
The next speaker is James Moore.
James Moore, resident of the city of Flint. I just want to take the time out to congratulate First Ward Leon Elamine and 7th Ward Mrs. Machette on their victory from the voting that just passed a couple weeks ago. We've been a little bit behind on getting down here, and I'm going to take a little time out, a couple seconds, and thank myself. I'm the Democrat delegate. I won by 470 votes in the city of Flint, and we just want to be able to get more people to come out and vote and get some things done other than that's what's already going on here in the city of Flint. And I'm going to jump on something that Rich said in the last 2 minutes that I have, is that we do have new residents here in the city of Flint. We got deer, we got wolves, we got raccoons, we got skunks, we got possums, we got cats, we got squirrels, we have bees, we have bats, we have rain coming in that's rotting the wood away, we got mushrooms on top of the roofs, we got black mold on the inside of the houses, and a few other things. But the thing about it is half a house is better than no house, and we can get in and save some of these houses and cut down on the shortage of houses that we have. So if it's $20 million that they needed and it's there, we watched everybody else get their part. Do something for the residents of the city of Flint, because deers and wolves and raccoons, possums and squirrels, they don't pay taxes. We do. So let's do what we can to help out, and I hate to point the finger out at anyone, but our First Ward councilman and his organization, they fix houses. Let's start there with them. That's our local contractor that has a general idea of what's needed and what needs to take place. You know, a lot of people say, oh, well, they're not fixing mine. Well, you never know when a raccoon gonna tear into your house. We may have to. Thank you.
All right, next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The last speaker is Mercedes Kenny.
Good evening. My name is Mercedes Kenny, and Ms. Candace, I would like to congratulate you on your win. And secondly, the reason I'm here is that we have 5 group homes on our street on Woodland Park Drive. And I'm standing here representing some people, neighbors in the 7th Ward, who have just came to their wits' end, including myself. They are changing the structure of the driveways to accommodate the workers. They have made our street into a group home park drive. We don't even know when they're even coming or when they have purchased the homes, because they're doing it so underhandedly. We have came together as a group to make sure that we get some kind of action where we can't stop the 5 that's on our street, but we are trying to stop them from changing the driveway to make it to accommodate their employees, and there's 6 employees. They come in the middle of the night when we're all asleep. They come like thieves in the night. Not only on my street, but they're all over. I just represent the people that came to me and asked me, Mercedes, you go to city council, what do they do? And these are not just young people, these are the older ones that are still left in Flint. They need help, and there is no one to seem to be there to help us. So I suggested a few things to do, but I guess the people that I suggested, they're a little too old to stand up with picket signs. But I suggested years ago we would have picket people that came to our neighborhoods that we didn't want there. We're not trying to say that we don't want people in the neighborhood. We just say 5 homes with 6 people in it, and the infrastructure in those homes cannot accommodate all those people taking baths and flushing the toilet. So somebody with good common sense tell us what to do, because if we don't, we're going to still get this done now. We're going to get it done. And it's not a threat, it's a promise. We're going to get it done because we're not going to take it anymore. There's too many homes on one street, and Flat Rock does not own Flint, Michigan. Maybe they own some people in Flint, Michigan, but they do not own all the people in Flint, Michigan. Thank you.
Madam Chair, did you state that was the last person? Yes. Okay. So public comment is now closed. Now it's time for council response. Any council member would like to respond?
Madam Chair.
Ms. Burns.
Thank you. I do want to say thank you to all the speakers who spoke. I do want to speak to one of the issues, which is I saw actually an article or ad on Facebook that they're running as to are we deserving to Flint's quality of water? Do we know what it is? I did send an email to the city clerk to find out. My request is I'm going to have to redo it because one of the things is our administrative consent order. And that's this large document that's almost, if you round it up, 200 pages. And this document speaks to the findings of Eagle, and we do need an update. So I don't know what this group is. I know there were other questions, but there is actually an ad asking, are we satisfied with the quality of the water in Flint for our children? And it is something we should all be concerned about. We do know the service lines are not complete. We do not know the status of how many are done or the stage that they are at. Also, the Dort Reservoir and Booster Pumping Station, Cedar Street Reservoir. We don't know Torrey Road Booster. So there are some issues in the findings in the ACO that we do need to find out about. And so I will be sending another email on asking residents to be patient. There's things around here aren't normal because of the cyber attack. We are not normally or moving normal. We have no normality, and it may take some time. I know it's been a long time, but some things they can't do because their hands are tied because of software and other issues. So when we get that information, I will share it with, it'll go out to all my colleagues, and then I will share it with the public. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Anyone else for council response? Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
Mr. Moore, regarding the animals in the city, unfortunately, these same animals exist all over the state, in every city, except for wolves. You mentioned wolves. We don't have wolves as far as I know in Genesee County. Do we? Oh, wow. Okay. Well, like I said, as far as I know, that surprises me. I have declared war on groundhogs in my yard. I have trapped two possums and my dog. I caught my dog. Bats. I've had bats in my home on and off for 30 years. We want bats. We just don't want them in our home. We want bats because they eat mosquitoes and bugs and things. So I know that rats are a big problem, and I get a lot of calls about rats. That I've talked to the city. The only time we're going to work on rats is when we demolish houses. Then we have a contract with a pest company who is supposed to help eradicate some of them. So I just wanted to let you know, skunks, 10 years ago, my niece's dog got sprayed. Mercedes, about the group homes, I don't know how much licensing the city does for those, or if they need a permit to change driveways type thing. So we'll find out. You got it? Okay. She got it. Candace is going to do that for you. Okay. Oh, she's already done it. Thank you. That's my time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Priestley. Anyone else would like to speak for council response?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Mashat.
Yes, so first of all, thank you, Mr. Moore. Thank you, Ms. Mercedes, both for your congratulations. I appreciate it. As far as the group homes in the 7th Ward, I've actually already been on top of that and working. Ms. Mercedes, you nor anyone in your group, I have not spoken to you personally or heard from anyone from you or anyone in your group, but I would love to welcome you into the conversations that we're already having. I am working with the state as far as and I know which particular group home you're talking about, where they changed the entire driveway. That they actually violated city code. They did not have permission to do that, and so we're working to address that violation of city code. And as far as there are a couple more even on Commonwealth, we are looking to deal with that. I know that there are some state laws, and like you said, they're managing to get in with having less than 6 people in a bed and trying to kind of skirt around state law with that. So I am working with the senator's office. I'm also working with the county commissioner. We're all trying to come up with solutions to address the group homes, because there have been issues with that, and then the residents that live in the group homes also not being properly taken care of. And they're just kind of running all over our neighborhoods in the 7th Ward. And so we are figuring out and formulating how we take care of that. And so we will have an update for you for the entire ward on that soon. So just know it is something that we are aware of and that we have been working diligently on. Mr. Moore, I do want to point out, because you've given me the opportunity, what you're saying is very factual about all of the different types of wildlife that we have now. One of the things that happens is certain wildlife feels welcomed when we as a city do not take care of our aesthetics. Blight is a huge issue in this city. Garbage cans being left out beyond when they should be left out. And so there's a lot of things that we as residents as a whole have to work on when it relates to blight to help us with some of the animal issues. But we are pulling that blight ordinance. Myself and the president has already done it. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else would like to speak? Anyone else like to speak? All right, seeing none, I will go ahead and I will utilize my time. So a special thank you to Consumers Energy today for having a big event in the 2nd Ward, and thank the councilwoman in the 7th Ward for coming out and supporting that event. They were giving out free ice and free water, because we know that we have some power outages in the Flint area, especially on the north side. So they made sure that residents were able to fill their freezers with ice to keep their food and goods from perishing. So they had a big team out there servicing our residents with a smile and making the residents of the 2nd Ward feel like valued members of the city of Flint, and more specifically the 2nd Ward. So again, thank you so much to Raphael Turner and his Consumers Energy team. And we're looking forward to continue to do great things in the city and collaborate with other organizations. Also, we want to make sure that the residents know about our cybersecurity training workshop that we're going to have. It's going to take place September the 11th, tentatively at Haskell's at Hasselbring at 1 p.m. on September the 11th. You know, we want to make sure that the residents, that they are equipped to avoid any scandals or any finesses by spamware, spyware, just badware. We want to make sure that your information is kept safe and that your assets and your money is safeguarded. And so this is something that the council leadership is bringing forth. So I would like to definitely thank council leadership for brainstorming and brainchild in this, so we can continue to do something that's better than amazing for the residents of the city of Flint. All right, so now council response is now closed, and the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn. All right. So it has been made by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward, and it has been supported by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin? Ms. Lewis?
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's not in. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett is not in. The vote is 6 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 6 yes, 0 no. This city council meeting has now been adjourned at 5:28.